Hi, my name is Brian with Ace Appliance in Toledo, Ohio, and welcome back to another quality video from ApplianceVideo.com. The tools needed for this repair are a 1/4-inch nut dryer. Alright, we have a Kenmore dryer here, and the complaint is that it's running but it does not heat up. So, what we're going to do is, they've already removed the front panel for us here. I've just chipped the unit back up against the wall here, and this is where we're going to access all of our test points at. And to get a better look at everything, we're going to remove our air duct. The first thing I'm going to do is just remove the lint filter here. Open the door, try not to slam it, remove the lint filter here, and we're going to take a 1/4-inch nut driver and remove let's see, the 2 screws that hold our air duct in place here. There's a clip at the bottom of it here that holds the bottom in place. We're going to lift the top out and remove this. And what we're going to do here is, it's a good time to clean out anything that might be down inside our blower housing here, like large pieces of wood. So we'll clean that out. But what we're going to do first is see why our dryer is not running. This is our heat element over on the right side here. We have our thermostat and our thermal fuse on our blower housing here. The first thing I'm going to do, looks like the easiest thing to check is going to be our element here. So we've unplugged it, and we're going to take just one wire off of our element here, and we're going to test it with our multimeter for continuity. And on this heat element, we can just use the audible tone setting if you have it for a resistance check. If not, you can just use your value, your resistance value, to see if there's continuity there, if it's an open line or not. Alright, so right here is the audible tone. We'll hear if the element's good. And I'm not getting any tone between the two sides of the element. And I'm just checking at the ground to see if we get anything from the element to ground. But the element's open. We have no continuity through it, so we have a bad heat element. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to want to do to replace our heat element here is disconnect our wires so we can pull it out. So we're just going to go ahead and remove our other wires. Here we also have, so you have the element, and attached to the element box you're going to have your high limit thermostat and high limit thermal fuse. You want to take note of where these wires go, where you pull them off from, so you know where they go back when you put the new heat element back in place. Alright, so now that we have all the wires disconnected, we're going to go ahead and remove our heat element here. And to do that, we're going to remove the 2 screws that hold the housing down to the bottom of the cabinet. Let's see, those are going to be 1/4-inch. Now we should be able to just kind of lift up on it, pull it out of the housing in the back that it goes into. And that's going to be our heating element housing. And while we're in here, we're going to clean out any lint that may be built up. You can see here there's some lint, a lot of lint here that got built up on top of the blower housing, and you can see the bottom of it got scorched or is a little burnt. Very easily could have caused a lint fire, so we're going to make sure that that all gets cleaned out of there. Alright, so to remove the element from the housing here, there's going to be a 1/4-inch screw here that holds the element to this outer box here. So we're going to remove that. And And then this one's, it's going to slide out from this side of the front of the heater box, so we're going to have to remove our, I guess, our heat shield here from the front of it. It's got a little tab that goes into the frame here, and then has a screw that goes through it. And that should be all that's holding our element in place, so we should be able to slide it out here without removing our thermal fuse and high limit thermostat. So we can go ahead and grab the element and pull it out. There we go. Alright, so there's the old heat element. That's what we're going to be replacing. And so we checked it. We know there's a break in it somewhere because we did the resistance check and we weren't getting any reading. So if you're curious and like to figure out, you know, where it broke at, you can kind of, it's hard to tell just from looking at it. You kind of have to wiggle it around a bit to see where it's loose at, and it's actually right there. You can see where it's broken, so that's why it's not working. So we'll go ahead and grab our new heat element and reassemble this. We're going to clean out any lint that's built up in here too. We don't want the lint to get stirred up and cause a lint fire. Alright, so we're going to install this with our terminals of the heat element on the left side. We're going to slide it into place here. Our terminal, there's a little tab here that that'll hit against the heat box near the terminal here, and that basically to let you know that you have it pushed in far enough. You'll see that the screw hole is lined up there to reinstall our screw. So we'll go ahead and reinstall that screw and our heat shield. Now we can reinstall our heat box assembly back into the dryer cabinet. What we're doing is just sliding, making sure our heat box here slides inside of the heat air duct in the back there. You just want to double check that you got it in the right spot there. The base mount or the leg of this should line up right where the screw holes are, and you can reinstall your two 1/4" screws. And then we can reinstall the wiring to our thermal fuse, our high limit thermal fuse, and our high limit thermostat, and the element wires. And with that all back together at this point, we're ready to start it up, run it, and check, see if it heats or not. Alright, so we're testing it out here. We didn't put our air duct back on or our front panel back on, which we don't recommend, at least to have your air duct back on, but for purposes of this video, we wanted you to have a better view of everything when it's running here. So you can see with the new element installed, our element came on and heated up, and now it's turning off. So and that's normal. It's going to cycle on and cycle off throughout the entire cycle to satisfy the thermostat. So everything looks good, and that will complete our repair for the heating element on our Kenmore Dryer. Thank you for watching another quality video from ApplianceVideo.com.